Hello, everyone. My name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about memories of my melancholy horrors written by Gabriel García Márquez. Now, before I go into summary analysis of this work, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and/or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. All right, memories of my melancholy horrors by Gabriel García Márquez. Interesting work here. Very shocking, depressing, surprising work here. Basically, what happens, you have this 90-year-old man. He's lived his life paying for prostitutes, going to escorts. He works at a newspaper. He's a columnist, and he makes money. And the money that he makes, he spends most of it on prostitutes and paying for sex. He does this because he thinks he's ugly, and he believes that, I guess, he can't get a relationship on his own, so he just pays for sex. Even his housekeeper, part of her job is to sleep with him once a month. That's part of the payment. So she cleans and sleeps with him once a month. He slept with over 500 women, 514 women that he sleeps with. So he does all of this before his 50th birthday. I know he sleeps with 514 women before his 50th birthday. So he's a lifelong, I don't know what you say here, playboy, player, bachelor. I mean, I wouldn't say bachelor. He's just, yeah. He's paying for sex for all of his life. Um, and, he has memories of all the women that he slept with, of all the things that he's done in his life, places that he has sex, positions, everything's like that. So this whole book this man is just, this is his life. This is what he spent his life doing. Not very, you know, this is his life. So basically, within the work, it comes to his 90th birthday. So he lives to 90 years old of doing this. And for his 90th birthday, he wants to celebrate by taking a young girl's virginity. So it comes to the point where he's like, okay, I've done all of these things, but now to celebrate my 90th birthday, I want to take a young girl's virginity. And so he calls this madam by the name of Rosa, and he sets up a a meeting. And Rosa Carbrakis, right? So he calls Rosa Carbrakis. This is the madam, okay? He calls the madam, and he sets up this meeting with Rosa Carbrakis. And basically, he says, I want an adolescent. I want a young girl uh, who's never had sex, and he wants to take her virginity for his birthday, for his 90th birthday. And again, this is very dark. This novel is very dark. The Rosa, she's not afraid of the law. In fact, she's servicing a lot of high-ranking officials um, um, in her city, in her jurisdiction. So she's not afraid of anybody in high power or the law of any way, of any kind. And so she sets it up, but I mean, she's only like, well, this is, you're giving me some short notice. That's the only thing she's concerned about. You're asking this in short notice. So she sets it up. She finds a 14-year-old girl. Again, a 90-year-old man, a 14-year-old girl. Very dark here. And Rosa Carbrakis, she gives the girl a sleeping tonic, make her fall asleep, puts her in a room, and tells the narrator to go and do the deed. But she'll be sleeping throughout the whole act. Um, I, I mean, in all intents and purposes, this is rape, but um, we can say that it depends on how you like any way that the novel, the way that the novel presents this, right? The novel presents this as Rosa Carbrakis spoke to the girl. The girl's gonna get paid. She's a prostitute. Um, you're gonna get paid for this. Um, so this is what's gonna happen. But when you add the sleeping tonic to make the girl fall asleep, it becomes a whole other. It becomes rape. It's pretty much rape. But what happens is the old man, when he goes in, he sees a 14-year-old girl. He doesn't want to do it. He's in love. This is a twist. I mean, the girl is in love. Well, he's in love with the girl. The girl is not in love. The girl is dead asleep. So this 9-year-old man falls in love with this 14-year-old girl while she's asleep. He doesn't touch her. And then he arranges nights after nights after nights, not sleeping with the girl, not having sex with her, but just creating this imaginary world within his mind, where they're together, and they have a whole relationship within his mind, and yeah. So after 90 years of debauchery and disgusting behavior, this man, he finally falls in love with, you know, a child. And pretty much by the end of the novel, he and Rosa, they arrange for their property, their finances to be transferred to this girl, so that she'll have money and have a good life. But again, Rosa Carbrakis, the narrator, they're both very dark individuals. The narrator, for his promiscuous life of sleeping with all types of different women, um, and Rosa for arranging these meetings. I mean, towards the end, they kind of maybe spare this 14-year-old's life, and they don't traumatize her. But to me, they just look like a bunch of wolves and snakes, just demons, pretty much. And yeah, I mean, in terms of deeper meaning and analysis here, when we look at the title, Memories of My Melancholy Whores, again, this man is paying for prostitutes. He spent his whole life, 514 different women that he sleeps with. He pays for them with his money. Again, we look at memories. So this man is always in his head, thinking, remembering, reminiscing, in all of his sin and all of his affairs and all of his midnight dealings. Melancholy. I mean, the melancholy is a word that is used with care. Because what I mean by care is that when you use the word melancholy, it is a deep, dark, heavy depression. Melancholy is this is the sticky goo of depression. This is the depravity of depression. This is the bottom of the barrel of depression. I mean, again, these women that sleep with this man, or again, prostitution, it's when you have no other way to earn money. Women go into this, when you think about the world, you think about sex trafficking, human trafficking, you think about, all the abuses that women face around the world, and the underbelly of the darkness when it comes to sex. It is melancholy. It is dark. It is depressing. It is horrific. I mean, it is a pure abomination what happens in that world. And when you bring a child into it, man, it is roach behavior. I call it roach behavior. Uh, just pure disgust. Um, and and Rosa Carbrakis and the narrator, they are pure roaches, um, pure disgusting human beings that they had no problem with taking advantage of that 14-year-old girl. But I don't know, maybe his lifelong uh, dealings finally caught up to him, and he's like, maybe for this one time in my life, I won't take advantage of a child. Because I mean, look at how this 90-year-old man wants to celebrate his 90th birthday. In his mind, he wants to take the virginity of a 14-year-old girl. Again, this is very dark. Um, but again, this is something that is in you know, it's real because this happens all over the world. Human trafficking, sex trafficking, this is something that takes place all over the world. It is a real thing that happens on Earth. And there are monsters, there are roaches like this man here within this book. So this book, again, in terms of deeper meaning, it does dive in deep into human depravity and human disgust and the things that humans do that are absolutely appalling. The way that humans will stoop to um, defile each other and really do horrible things to each other. But again, this book does have a silver lining where the monsters in the narrator and Rosa, they find this place in their hearts where they want to do good by this little girl. So at least there's one child that was left unharmed. Um, but again, this is, I mean, some people might spin this book to be, a different picture, but from the title alone, Memories of My Melancholy Horse, these women are not happy. They are not, this is not good for them. They are pretty much begging for money, and they pretty much have to sell their bodies to protect their families. I mean, the 14-year-old girl, the only reason why she does this is because her family needs the money. Um, she just needs money. And when you have to do that, sacrifice your body and face that trauma for money, it is damaging. It wrecks. Um, but that's what happens within this work. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment, and I'll see you guys within the next video.